My management structure would basically be, how do I manage myself? Which is actually very tricky. And I think part of the reason I've gotten so far is that I'm incredibly good at motivating myself. So when I create a deadline, oftentimes it's a false deadline. I don't really have to get something done by, January 5th or whatever. But in my head, over the course of the next few days, it becomes real. And so I will stress out. I will just drive myself crazy until I meet that deadline. And so it's really easy for me to just keep myself motivated. In the earlier years of my business, I was still unsure how much outside help I wanted to have and how much I wanted to do myself. And so I did work with some family and friends. It was more like on a contractual basis. So like, you'll accompany me to shows, you'll help me buff. And that led to the decision that you shouldn't work with friends and family. They're wonderful. I love you guys. Don't judge me. But you can't talk to friends and family in the way that you can talk to your employees. If a friend is late, they usually have a reason for it. And it's usually a heartbreaking reason. It's usually like, my car broke down. And as your friend, you have to be sympathetic. But as a business owner, you can't be. You have to say, if that happens again, I'll have to let you go. Or you have to say, I'm not going to pay you for the time. And it really eats into your relationships with your friends. I couldn't find a good way to manage that, so I just decided I'll do it alone, or once in a while I do hire someone for a brief period of time to do a set job. And then I just define the parameters up front and stick to them. And I would say, if you are gonna hire family and friends, if it works for you, I would just create a contract. Like, have both parties sign it and be like, if there's a breach in contract, here's what happens. And then you sort of create it in an objective space. So when the subjective comes in, when someone's crying or upset, then you can just point back to the contract and you don't have to be the bad guy.